Hi guys, welcome back to Motorsport Manager. So, we're going straight into the race in this episode. Now, the reason we're going straight into the race is nothing really much happened. Developing a couple of new parts. We were offered a chance to vote on something, and I was just like, well, we were offered to be able to pay £1 million to vote on something, and to be honest, couldn't really see anything that I felt was necessary. Nothing I particularly wanted to spend £1 million on, put it that way. So yeah, nothing else has really changed. We're just gonna go straight into this. We're in where are we? Oh, we're Russia, the Black Sea. That's right. We're in Russia, in the Black Sea today. Not in it, but by it. And hopefully, we're gonna get ourselves a nice, tidy little mid-table finish. Maybe get a point if we're lucky. Now I know it sounds like I'm not being overly ambitious, but the thing is, everyone else is now pulling away, pulling ahead of us. Where we were 5th fastest engine, we're now 6th, I think, and I can't really develop our engine any further than it is at the minute. So the illegal engine we've got, I'm not using that until next season, for obvious reasons. I don't want it to get banned. I spent a lot of money on that engine, and I intend to keep it. So yeah. So what's happening today? A little bit disappointed. Still waiting on parts for the new build. I've still only got my my CPU, my motherboard. Still waiting on 2 parts to be dispatched. Feel like I might need to contact Amazon about getting these components pushed forward. I don't like the idea that I've bought something and they're going to wait nearly 2.5-3 weeks to dispatch the fucking thing. It doesn't seem right to me. We've got some rain on the track here. Yeah, it doesn't seem right to me. It doesn't seem like good form, if that makes sense. But we're still waiting. Basically, it's the SSD and the GTX 1070 that's taking so long to get here. Hopefully, it won't be too much fucking longer, because I am starting to get a little bit. And I know a lot of it is because I just want to get it here. I want to make it. I want to build it, and I'm probably just feeling a little bit sort of under pressure to get it made. Because not so much under pressure. I just really want to fucking make it. I'm excited to get it made. But I know it's going to take a little bit of time. I just want to get this sorted out. I tried recording this episode a little while ago. Now, what I was doing, I was pushing it a little bit too hard, and I was having encoding issues again. So I've had to bring it back down to 720p. I have upped even now it's saying encoding overloaded, but my CPU is only at 5%. So I don't know how that can be overloaded. Yeah. I've done everything I can to get these recordings right. Absolutely fucking everything. And this computer just sucks dick. I'm really, really looking forward to getting this new build in. Really fucking looking forward to it. But, yeah, just got to wait a little bit longer. But I know my case should be arriving today. In fact, I know it's arrived today. It is with my wife. Basically, what I've decided to do, because my wife works at a small business, and, by the way, a little mini promotion here. If you do racket sports like badminton, tennis, or even paddle or table tennis, why not check out the Stringers World website? It's Stringers World. Very, very good for anything racket sport based. So yeah, a little bit of promotion for them. They didn't pay me for that, but oh well. But anyway, yeah. So my stuff is getting sent to her because, well, she's at work and she can pick up stuff like that at her work. Whereas I'm on the buses. I can't exactly pull over, pick up a parcel when I'm on the bus. I mean, it would be great if I could. I think the passengers would be a bit pissed off, but fuck them, basically. Fuck them. They really pissed me off today. I've done some overtime this morning because I have got to pay off this PC that I'm building, and yeah, just some people, some people, you just want to fucking kill them. Well, how's this water looking? Now, there is a reason I've not changed to inters. I don't think we're going to need inters in the main race. So that's why I'm staying. I mean, no one's got into inters. There's no point in trying to learn inters. We just want to get the race trim up and the soft tyre knowledge. And he's really happy with his. He's really happy with his setup. Can we maybe just tweak it like that and maybe get the extra percentage out? Never know, might be able to. Let's get him on new tyres. So yeah, so she's picking up the parcels. My case has been delivered today. It's not a flashy case, but it'll do the fucking job. Also, good news for me anyway, as of recording to this, I've hit 50 subscribers. So to everyone watching this, everyone who has subscribed, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. If you want to sort of keep more up to date with when the content comes out, why not add me on Twitter? Basically, every time I put out a video, it goes onto Twitter. So if you want to see these videos, add me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. It's on my channel setup. It's twitter.com/@Keggedy or whatever, or however it's set up on Twitter. And yeah, I mean, you'll be able to see the videos when they come out, and you'll be able to pick them up straight away. I mean, that's got to be fairly decent, I think. But yeah, of course, if you're watching this, please do like and subscribe as well. Every like helps, every subscribe helps. Why not leave me a cheeky comment? I do like my cheeky comments, and I will respond to them. I will respond to all of your comments. Do we need a question of the day segment? I'll tell you what. Question of the day. Should we do a question of the day? Let me know in the comments. There you go. It's a cheeky way of getting comments in, isn't it? So, that looks good. That looks good. But really, it's not. Why is Marcel Desailly back? I mean, I know I talk about this every episode, but Marcel Desailly is a former French footballer. He knows fuck all about motorsport. He knows about as much as I do. Which is fuck all. Alright, we'll go with that. I only got level 2 on the soft tyres, but I'm not too worried about that. So we've got a great, excellent. So that did improve it slightly, me doing that mini tweak. Cup of tea. I do like me cups of tea. I do like me cups of tea. So it actually went down. It went down to 97%, even though they're both excellent. Yeah, better use that one then. So although I mean, obviously I said great, excellent, and that looks better than great, excellent, great, but it's that overall optimization you want. So you can have 2 excellents and 1 great if it's at 96%, whereas the other one was at 97. You need that 97. All right, so we're gonna let Gomez go out first. We're actually gonna do this at quick speed all the way. We'll let them get to auto first, I guess. Slow it down till then. So auto on, and then with the Forney, we'll try Mad Cheese 4's suggestion again. I'm liking this suggestion, Mad Cheese. I really am. And it does seem to work really rather fucking well. So, pushed it so far, took it off the fucking screen. Perfect, perfect. Get in. I liked that. Or maybe you should put a headphone warning in the description. I don't know. I don't know how loud this comes back. I'm sure if I turned up my mic volume... Where is it? Where is my mic volume? I don't have a mic volume. It's just whatever this records at, which you'll have to fucking do, won't it? Yeah, if I had a mic volume, you could get a bit more back. They both like their laps. I guess they're okay. They're faster than 2 people so far. Here comes the rain. So we've got a faster lap out because of that. I think our faster lap... I mean, there's still people coming around on their first lap, and that rain's going to fuck them. So we should hopefully get a top 10 finish for both of these drivers. Let's get Gomez out, but we're going to send him out on inters. Just because. And we'll send out Forney on inters. I mean, it'll be a slower lap, but I would like to practice the Mad Cheese 4 suggestion again. I mean, it's not exactly hard to do, but it's about getting that timing right, especially at the speed we're doing it at. So it does look like we're going to get a 7th and 8th for this, going through the qualifying. And there we go. Span it almost fucking 360. Cold shit. Done it a little bit early. Never mind. We've got a decent lap coming in. Ignore that. I don't really care if you're starting your flying lap now. I can see that. You don't need to fucking tell me, do you, cunt? So, loads of people going out on inters. Quite a few people aren't bothering. But we should, because I mean, it's going to be slower in the rain. We should get 7th and 8th in qualifying, which means we do get the extra 50 grand. Oh, that's the other thing. with regards to the finances, now when this race ends, we do have 3 more sponsorships available to us basically, so we should be able to get a bit more money in. Because of that, I have upped the amount of money being pushed into next year's car. So we were at a low amount being put into it. I've now put it up to a medium amount. I may, depending on how finances are, when it gets to the 2 last races of the season, go up to high, try to counteract some of the lower stuff that we picked up. I would like to improve on next year's car, but you know, because we spent just shy of £10 million on our chassis, if I remember rightly. Was it around about 10 million, or was it around about 11 million? But I want the best of everything, and next year it's going to cost us a little bit more as well, because there is the potential, or it was potentially going to cost us a bit more. There's the potential of bringing the ERS system into play. Now, if you don't know what the ERS system, it is the electronic recovery system. So what it does, it basically acts like a dynamo. If you don't know what a dynamo is, basically, how to describe it? So you can get a dynamo light for your push bike or bicycle, and what happens is you get your light on the front, and then you get like a wire comes down, and there's sort of like how to describe it? It's like a wheel, basically, like almost like a mini gear, and it runs on the inside of the wheel of the car, and of the push bike even. And as you're cycling along, the bike wheel rubbing against that dynamo sort of gear generates electricity, and it brings you up light on the front of your bike. So an ERS system will basically do something similar, but it will store that energy for you. I'm basically putting this in layman's terms, a lot more complicated than that. But basically it will store the energy for you, and then you can do 1 or 2 things. And when it starts out, we'll only be able to do the one thing. But what it'll do, it will charge up this battery to up to 100%, obviously. And then you can use it to get basically a speed boost out of your vehicle. There is the option, if they allow it in for the voting, to have it so that you can get like a hybrid mode. And obviously having hybrid mode means you can use less fuel, which is always handy. So anyway, let's get this car sorted out. So we're going to go to soft tyres. It's 34 laps. So I'm thinking soft, super soft, soft. I mean, I always say this and we never end up doing it. So I'm thinking soft, super soft, soft. I'm going to go with 19 laps of fuel. Everything else can stay exactly the fucking same. We will give him... I'll figure out what's going on here. So I'm thinking soft, soft, super soft with the Thorny, potentially. And we'll go with 20 to 18 laps of fuel. We'll bring the Thorny in first. Let's go to this knowledge. Let's get them sorted out. So, race trim and risk taker, I think. And we'll go with race trim. Should we go with nurse? Shouldn't need to go with nurse. Let's go with soft tyres. And the driver strategy, we're going to go push on the tyres. I don't want to go attacking on the tyres, but we will go overtake on the engine mode. And that will get us set, hopefully. So it's Daly, Frein, Stroll, Munoz, and Apt. Now, is that Stroll or is it Stroll? Because to me, you're taking a stroll. But to me, like a name like Stroll doesn't sound right, whereas Stroll sounds like it could be a German immigrant to Canada. I don't know. So, Deforney and Gomez already losing positions, but again, well, saying that, Deforney's holding on to his. I'm not surprised, though. I say I'm not expecting much out of this race, and Deforney's now dropped a position. He's gained it back. I'm not really expecting anything out of this. I would like to get a top 10 finish for one of the drivers, just so we've still got points ticking in, you know. But, as I said, I'm not expecting too much. A bit like the quality of this recording, I wouldn't expect too much. Because until I get this new build, it's going to be a little bit shit. Hopefully the information I can give you and my overall commentary is just good enough to keep you guys around. You know, just good enough. Who knows? Who knows? Actually, the quality of my Football Manager videos is better because it's less CPU heavy. It's just very, very RAM heavy. I need to stop looking at those components. I need to stop looking... Oh, no, I've got to bring it down again. I want to build it. I really want to build that. I so want to build it. But you can't build a computer with just a motherboard and a processor. As much as I would like to. It'd make things a lot cheaper. So, with my case, by the way, we're sitting 8th and 12th still at the minute. With my case that I'm getting, it's not very flashy. I very much like my simplified black box cases, but wouldn't mind adding something to it. Now, I'm not talking about LEDs. I'm not 5, and I do apologise to those guys who've got big old fucking towers full of LEDs and they look amazing. I'm not 5 years old. I don't need flashy lights. What I would like to do is maybe just do a little bit of decal along the front of it. I'm thinking about maybe just getting it resprayed, like just parts of the front of it. My father-in-law does work for a car body repair centre, and he does have proper respraying. He's got what do you call it? Like a fucking oven basically for painting. I was tempted to take it to him and say, look, can you just do something with that? And because the living room is green, I wanted to do something green with it. So I'm thinking about maybe taking the mesh off. I don't know why I'm looking at that because it's not here. I'm taking about the mesh part off the front of it, leaving that black, leaving sort of all the highlighting things black. So like any mesh grills on it, any sort of like buttons or panels on it, leaving those all black, but doing the rest of it in a sort of like shiny candy apple green. I figured that because it's a green room it would look quite good, but I don't know. So tell me what you think in the comments. Do you think that would look quite good? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's only giving me, the wife, and whoever turns up here to come around for dinner or something is going to see it. But Gomez has fallen back a long way. We need to get Gomez a little bit of pushing. I'm talking about this fucking potential thing that's not even here yet. Right, I'm going to get him to attack, and then we're going to bring Gomez in first, actually. I know we said we're going to bring in Deforney first, but Deforney's kind of holding on to 8th at the minute. He's got Turvey on his tail. Good old Topsy. He's got Topsy on his tail. He's got up to 6th, actually, because people are now pitting. But I just want him to... I just need Gomez to do something. Now, Gomez is the worst of our 2 drivers. I know that. Technically, he's the worst of our 3 drivers. We do have a reserve driver, but we don't have a proper reserve driver. I don't know what it is with reserve drivers. I've never really used one. The only time I ever used a reserve driver is in a practice because their feedback was better than my driver's feedback, which is something we could do actually. If we're looking at drivers and their feedback is shit, we could always get a reserve driver who is all round a bit shit, but might actually be better overall. That makes sense. Sort of like for the feedback. We'll go 20 laps worth of fuel. It's a bit excessive, but we've got to do something. We've got to do something to try and push ourselves forward. I don't think we're going to be able to get super softs on him though. I think I've been pushing these tyres a little bit too hard. We've managed to get almost 10 laps out of these tyres. So the 40 is up into 5th. Looks like he's going to get 4th here from Stroll. Yeah, he just pulls ahead of him just for a little bit. He's not going to stay there. He's going to get 2 more laps. 2 more? I'll see what percentage his tyres are on when he gets to this point here. If he's sitting at sort of 25, yeah, he's going to have to come in, isn't he? There's a good pit there for Gomez. That's fine. Let's get him in, the old Deforney here. And give him 20 laps of fuel as well. There we go. Park conditions are pretty fucking bang on. We'll go over balanced. We'll lose a few more positions, but we'll lose a lot more positions if we fuck it up. And I've got a feeling that we will. Even on a sort of safer, balanced pit. A lot of drivers in the pit at the minute. Daly's already coming out. I say we will lose a few positions here. I'm not surprised by that. Looks like we're going down to probably 12th, 13th. Yeah, 12th. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. Gomez down 19th at the minute. He is up to 17th now, though. I don't think he's going to do much better than 17th in this race, unfortunately. I mean, it's just... we're at the point now where the cars are just struggling so much against everyone else. Everyone else has got their parts, like their reliability up, and we're struggling that little bit. Deforney is going up into 10th, so he's back in the points. So as long as we get some points, I'm not too fussed. I do want Gomez to do better than 17th, because I want our overall finish for the race, like our constructors finish, to be sort of around about 7th or 6th or 7th even. just to keep the chairman happy and to improve our marketability. The marketability is always helpful, especially when it's coming up to new sponsorship time, which we are. Let's have a look. So Deforney should gain a couple of positions here with Najiri. There he goes, just taking Najiri in the pit. Who's now going on to super softs, actually. He's done alright on his softs. We're not going to mess around with tyres too much. We're just going to stay on softs for the rest of the race. I mean, we will change, obviously, but that's what we're going to do. So Deforney's up into 9th. He's not too far behind Felix da Costa, who will have to pit relatively soon. So will Topsy. I don't know who else above us. I don't know if we're going to do much better than 9th, to be fair. Maybe 8th, 7th with Deforney. But, I mean, Gomez in 17th. Although it's worse than the start of the season, you can see it's an improvement on last season. And that's what we want. We want a little improvements, especially with Deforney. You can see how much we are improving as a team. And next year's just only going to get better, especially with the parts we're getting built. Trust me on that. The parts we're getting built, those engines are going to be fucking immense. The suspension's going to be pretty fucking good too. Now, I am going to end the episode after this race. And I'm pretty much going to record another one straight after. But I want to show you the parts that we've currently got before I do. Just because, you know, you might have forgotten what they're like. I just want to give you a little reminder about how good some of these parts are. And what happens... actually, what I'll do, I will equip all of our best parts on our car. And I'll show you what level our car will be at once they're equipped. I don't know yet. But I'm going to take a guess that we would be 3rd best on the grid with regards to the car once those parts are added in. How are we doing at the minute? We're doing alright fuel-wise, doing alright tyre-wise. Deforney is holding on to 9th. He does have Prost on his tail. And he is kind of getting left behind by Da Costa. But Da Costa's going to have to pit soon. Gomez is leading a little pack here, the back pack, with Jacques Villeneuve. I can't believe it is Jacques Villeneuve. I can't believe Jacques Villeneuve is still racing. Piquet Jr. and Evans. I don't even know if he is. I don't know if they just added him in because they couldn't find any more driver names. I don't know. Gomez is going up a position to 16th. He's just pulled ahead of Verne. Who Villeneuve's gone into the pit as well, so that's always good to see. I don't know how many people. Engel will probably have to pit before he does. Deforney's gone up to 8th, which meant that I'm guessing it was either no, it was Turvey. Old Topsy went into the pit. Let's go to Deforney. He has got Prost on his tail. Do we push his tyres a little bit? He's gone up to 7th now. He's catching right up with Martins. Let's push his tyres just a little bit. We'll bring in Deforney first out of these two drivers. We'll bring him in a little bit earlier. I'm hoping there's going to be some rain. Fucking yes, there's going to be some rain. Now, the question is, how much rain? Because if I can get one inters, that will see him out for the rest of the race. But I would like to know exactly how much rain is going to be. Because if it goes too wet, I don't want to be changing from inters to wets. I would like it to be one tyre change and preferably just inters. I'll have a look in a second. I'm staying ahead. Gomez might be able to gain 2 positions here. Looks like he will, up into 14th. I don't know. I think that's going to stay up in intermediate. So he has lost out here to Prost. It's really hard to see. Really, really hard to see. We'll let him go past, and then we'll bring him in. We're going to get him on inters. We will send him out on inters. And that should see him out. So let's get him up to 20 laps worth of fuel. We're just going to push on the engine. Do we want to fix that? We'll fix that just in case. We'll take a fast. We'll risk it. That's Gomez, isn't it? Shit, fuck. I don't want to do that yet. I want to do Deforney. So I want Deforney to go first because he's clearly going to be the only one getting points. 20 laps of fuel, park conditions. I won't worry about it. I think that's enough there. We'll go balanced. So once he's gone round, he's going to come in. He's going to get new tyres. And then we'll do the same for... You might as well get you to attack on these tyres if that's the case. Try and keep up with Prost. And maybe even Martin. No, you're not going to get anywhere near Martin's, are you? The Gomez up into 12th. Must have taken 2 guys in the pit. We'll get him to push on his tyres just a touch. Don't want to kill him. But I do need him to go around another lap. See how quickly Deforney comes out. Yeah, he's going to have to go another lap, isn't he, Gomez? Oh, saying it. No, it's too late. Shit, fuck. So we'll have to go 20 laps as well, I reckon. No, we'll go 19. Shouldn't have to worry about it too much. We'll fix that. We'll take it fast. So it's a little bit late on there, but never mind. So let's go down to DeForney now, who's come out of the pit in 13th. It's not bad. Knowing that other drivers are going to have to come out, come into the pit as well. So we've got PK Jr. is going to have to go in. Da Costa, Najiri, Prost. Fuck off. Have you seen what's happening? Let's get me on 6. No, I don't. No, I don't. By the way, if you've got family members with special needs, I do apologise. It's just how I do things, and I don't want to upset people. I genuinely don't want to upset people. I'm someone who hates upsetting people. I mean, I like conflict, but I hate upsetting people, and I don't want to upset anyone who does have, either does have special needs and is watching this, or knows someone with special needs. I don't want to upset them. I will do my best to refrain from things like that. I can only apologise. But it was a little bit of a silly thing to say, really. Right, okay. So there's been a collision again. So we've got to bring him in. And we've got... Fuck me. So the guy ahead of us, Frines, has had a collision with someone who's in 19th. And it was the guy ahead of us' fault. So it was Frines' fault. But now we're having to fix something again. And there's been a mistake on it. Absolutely unreal. Well, on the upside, DeForney's now up into 7th, but Gomez is in 20th. Because there's been another collision destroying one of our wings. At least it wasn't both of our team members smashing into each other this week. Or this episode. Basically, guys, what's happened this week is I've managed to get an episode out Monday to Friday. So that's one every day for Motorsport Manager. I'm intending to keep that up. I'll try to get 2 Football Manager videos out a week. Crusader Kings 2, I'm naring about. Doesn't really seem to hold people's interest. And I can understand why. Partly because of my editing, partly because of how I play it. So I'm thinking about knocking it on the head, and I might start a new playthrough on something else altogether entirely. So what I'll do, after this race, no, not after this race, I'll do a separate thing. I'll bring up my current Steam library. I'll bring up the entirety of my Steam library, and what we'll do is we'll leave it to a vote. So everyone who's watching this, if you check out, I don't know when I'll make the video, but I'll put it out there. Check it out. See what you would like. Tell me what you would like to see a playthrough of that I currently own, or something that you think I would like to play. I mean, I might be able to spend a bit of money on a game. It depends how things going. But tell me what you'd like to see a playthrough of, and I'll do that. But I won't start it until I get the new build here. That's the thing. I won't start the new playthrough of whatever we're going to choose until the new build is here. It could be Dark Souls 3. It could be City Skylines. It could be Tropico 5. It could be Witcher 3. It could be Grand Theft Auto 5. It could be anything that I've got on my list. Or, I don't know, I've got a Division. I've never played it because I bought it thinking my computer can handle it, and I couldn't handle it. So, maybe the Division. Perhaps one of you guys is feeling very, 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 very kind, would like me to play a game that you guys have already got, and wants me to play with you. So, I don't know, say for example, you want me to play FIFA 17 online, and I'll play against you guys online. We could do that. We could do a FIFA 17 subscriber versus. So every week we'll have a match. We'll work out a time or a date. We'll have a match to best of 3 on FIFA. We could do something like that. I don't mind. We'll do a straw poll, and whoever gets the most votes and can be the person I play against that week. I don't know. Or I can just RNG it. It's an option. I don't know really what else to do. So if you like the sound of that, again, please put it in the comments. Quite happy to do that. Yeah. Or we could do a Battlefield 1 play. I don't know. We'll get 4 of us together in a squad. We'll just play that. I don't know. I'm quite happy. I'm easygoing. I'm very, very easy. You can ask my wife. I'm incredibly easy. That's true. So with Deforney, I want to get his tyres back down to conserve. We're sitting at 32%. I don't think that's going to see us through. We might have to get him into pit. I don't really want to. Gomez, his tyres should see him through. We've got more than enough fuel. Deforney's going to lap Gomez soon, unfortunately. Most drivers have done 3 pits, but I mean, with the 16-second gap here between us and Nigeria, I don't really want to have to pit. In fact, I may even go back up on his tyres just to really see him out. I only got 3 laps to go, so I mean, we're going to get lapped by Daly soon, by the looks of things. Yeah, 3 laps to go now, anyway. Hopefully, Deforney gets lapped by Daly. And that sounds really odd. Hopefully, he gets lapped by Daly. That means we have to do 1 lap less. We'll keep this position, do 1 lap less. I'll be very, very happy. I mean, you can see how far we are ahead of Nigeria, actually. We're 16 seconds ahead of them. Nice. Means we can take it a little bit easier on the tyres. We're only at 24%. I know, mate. We're talking about your tyres just now, Deforney. Your tyres are wearing down. You need to come in and fix some of your parts. Nah, mate. I know you've had a knock. When the fuck did that happen? When the fuck did the entire... Oh, fuck me. We're going to go high because I want to reserve this engine a little bit. We're getting blue flagged. Come on, let him pass, let him pass, let him pass. That's 1 lap less. Engine sounding unhealthy, is it? Well, deal with it. Deal with it is all I can say. So, Deforney, mate. Are you done? No, you got 1 more lap to go by the looks of things. So Deforney is currently 14 seconds ahead of Turvey. Good old Topsy. Hopefully it'll stay there. Gomez. I don't think he's going to improve. I think Gomez is finishing last. And a lot of that is to do with that collision he had. So what's happening wise? What's happening? Does Deforney finish in 6th? I'll be very happy if he does. So, yes! So we've got 6th. That is not bad at all, considering. Let's go to Gomez, who is really fucking struggling down here. We know he's going to finish on this lap. We might as well just get him through, get it finished. He's too far behind Evans to be able to do anything, but never know. Evans might crash on this last corner. He hasn't. There was hope. There's always hope. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Gomez had a terrible race. I mean, I think the part thing knocked him a lot. Probably got him about 30 seconds behind. He should have probably finished 17th if it wasn't for that. Fortunately, Frines fucked it massively. Otherwise, it would have been 7th. But we do get points going through. Bit of scrutineering going on. Doesn't affect us. So, we've got Daly first, Stroll second, Prost third. Fastest lap for Anthony Martin. Gomez got a drive-through penalty as well because he had a collision with Frines. You've been promoted 2 places. So Verne was 2 places higher than that. So how come Frines didn't get... So he said it was Frines' fault. How come Frines didn't get penalised? I don't think that's right, to be fair. So we're up in 4th still. I say still. I think we went down to 5th and now we've gone back up to 4th. So we're 11 points ahead of BMW Motorsport. We are 18 points ahead of Nextev. And, well, 35 points ahead of Techitar. And there's 4 races left to go this season. That's not bad. Any news from... No news from Susie Perry, unfortunately. I've got, like, in this race, in this game, I've got, like, a mini... I don't know if you can tell, I've got a mini obsession with Susie Perry. In real life, not that obsessed. But I do think she's hot. I would shag her. I mean, my wife's not here, I could say that. I would shag her. I really would. As long as my wife let me. She's hot. She's hot. There's nothing like seeing Susie Perry stroll around in some leather trousers. Just when it turns out Susie Perry is one of my subscribers. So we came 4th in that race overall, which is good. Our marketability has gone up to 41%. Obviously, we can see driver stat increases here. Not big driver stat increases, but we need to improve our headquarters for that. So I'm thinking about building a staff centre next season along with the new factory. It depends on the finances. It really does. Talking of which, we should have some sponsors after this race. You won't see the sponsors until the next episode. But let's get an interview with Erin Andrews. I mean, she doesn't do it for me quite like Susie Perry does, but you know. So when we have a look at our car, so overall our car is the worst on the grid. Our engine's 6th, acceleration's shit, decelerate. Our brakes are 9th, and our handling's 10th. But let's go fit these new parts, or fit parts in general, shall we? So let's go with that. That won't change. That and that. Now, if we go back to the car, 9th, 1st on the engine, doesn't change. Still 9th on the brakes, still 10th on the thing. But I mean, we've gone up there, but that engine, see how powerful that engine is. Absolutely fucking unreal. Let's get these back to normal. But that is going to be the end of this episode, guys. Now, obviously, if you did enjoy this episode, like I said earlier, please do like and subscribe. Talk to me about how you feel with regards to the new playthrough. Do you think I should end the Crusader Kings 2 playthrough? Partly because it's not getting. I mean, I've ended like 3 playthroughs already since I've been doing this. It's not good form. What do you guys think? Do you think I should end the playthrough on Crusader Kings 2 and we'll have a subscriber voted playthrough? If that means playing with other subscribers as well, we can do that. I don't mind. Just let me know in the comments. But that is going to be the end of the episode, so I will see you when I see you. In fact, I'm going to be talking about it in about 2 seconds because I'm recording it straight after. Bye bye. See you soon.